Inconsistencies within different governments in different countries has previously initiated the UN to put forward an idea: world government. One God, one world, and one humanity are its motto. Single political authority for the entire world. Perhaps something that one can bite off more than they chew type vision? Hey guys, I want you all to put on your tinfoil hat because what we are about to discuss today can be controversial. So think critically and be ready to gather your opinion. Let's have a little fun with this one. Welcome back to Grand Luxury. Today we are going to look at a president is predicted to rule the world through the prediction by Baba Vanga. Before we start, do you have any idea who this could be? Any ideas who could rule the entire world someday? Please leave your prediction in the comments below before we begin. Also, please make sure you join our family here by smashing up that thumbs button, turning on notifications to all, and subscribing so you don't miss out on our next videos. We always try to bring you something interesting. Now let's dive into it. Hit that intro. A world government could be a peaceful option if the United Nations implemented it, some have said. But then again, the UN has also plenty of dirt on them, a black book that prevents us from wanting to rely on them further for everything. If COVID and the WHO had anything to show us, maybe this is not the best of ideas. But what is an even more apprehensive thought is about how one dictator would be able to rule us all. Are we lighting up any bulbs as to the clue who we are going to talk about? Here's another one, a man that can withstand the temperature of freezing water at -14 degrees Celsius. Any ideas now? There was a time when people blindly believed in predictions. It was a spark that came before the fire set to destroy or empower dynasties. Oedipus, the great king of Thebes, had come across numerous predictions. He couldn't save his father nor redeem himself from his wretched fate though. We still find ourselves in the clutch of superstitions and lame predictions 3 millennia after the play was set. Today, predictions about the stock market and cryptocurrency can be interesting. Plenty of gurus ready to tell you they are right and that they hold the crystal ball. Holding the banner for the Russian Orthodox Church, Vladimir Putin's voice has rung out as the choir of the musical band and the chime of the church bells. Putin is endeared as Russia's Iron Man. Look out, Tony Stark, you seem to have a competitor hero on your hands. And yes, we are going to talk about none other than Putin here. Cutting to the chase, Baba Vanga, a blind mystic and herbalist, predicted that the world would be ruled by one ruler, Vladimir Putin. Have you ever felt spooky or amid a Harry Potter movie when we hear predictions too poetic to be true? Well, the reality is Baba's predictions are too true to be poetic. All will thaw as if ice. Only one remains untouched. Vladimir's glory, the glory of Russia, she said. Too much it is brought in a victim. Nobody can stop Russia. That was quite intense. I wonder what qualifies a person to excel at predicting something that became a reality, like the 9/11 terror attacks and Brexit. Did they get lucky? You can't just go to your local university or college and get formal training in foretelling, or not that we know of anyway. Before we move into the insights regarding the prediction and the possible outcomes, let's delve into the life of Baba Vanga. A 12-year-old girl, Vangelia, frolicking with her cousins would be a pleasant picture to imagine unless the picture is marred by a nasty storm. The girl was carried away in the tornado and later found motionless, lying on the ground. This happened in 1923 in Novoselo, Bulgaria. She said she couldn't open her eyes as it was filled with sand and dust. Unfortunately, this event led to a decline in her vision. Not every disastrous event leads to the development of a special talent, but Baba Vanga is different. She gradually imbibed the mystic skill to predict the future. By the 1980s, she had adopted the name Baba Vanga and had made thousands of predictions about what would happen in the future. She was acknowledged as the Nostradamus of the Balkans. Baba Vanga could envision a person's entire life from birth to death on a dime's notice. Scientists were intrigued by this insane ability, which no science could even remotely explain. She became the study of many Bulgarian and Soviet scientists, who found out that her predictions had an accuracy of 80%. The storm that ruined her eyesight has blessed her with her other extrasensory skills. Let's take a little break as this video is going to get a bit longer. Much more ahead, guys. Please grab some popcorn now and rush on back. If you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe to our channel so you keep getting all the best content we make for free. Anyway, let's get back to it. Now, believe it or not, the 9/11 event predicted by Baba came true as New York City was plunged into despair in 2001 when the World Trade Center was attacked. Also, get this, in 2004, a mighty undersea earthquake struck off the coast of Sumatra Island, Indonesia, completely wiping out over 3,000 miles of land. The tsunami was utterly devastating and killed more than 230,000 people. She had envisioned this.
A huge wave will cover a big coast, covered with people and towns, and everything will disappear beneath the water.
Still not impressed? Well, what if we told you that Baba Vanga also predicted that an African American would be the president of the US? Because it was. Remember Barack Obama, the 44th US president? When the first part of the prediction came true, the second part remained debatable, though that he would be the last US president. Because we know that Donald Trump became the president preceding president. Is it because she felt America would slip into the hands of a dictatorial regime that prompted her to give this uncanny prediction? Apart from being a cult figure in forecasting events, Baba Vanga has also been said to contact extraterrestrial beings that are invisible, and that these creatures have shared her secrets that are inscribed inside the scriptures of many religious texts.
Have to wonder with her where she was getting this information. Is it possible she was able to access some kind of knowledge that's out there that normal people cannot access?
It would be a wild goose chase to investigate the reason behind all these unnatural predictions more closely. Unfortunately, Baba Vanga died in 1996, so we nowadays can't ask her more questions. Though the cool thing is that part of her legacy and what she left behind in terms of events foretold, some of them since her death have already turned out to predict the future already. We have 3,000 years into the future available from her to work with. We wonder what will be next. The whole world is hovering around the shade of uncertainty lately, it seems. With unprecedented events like the global pandemic and subsequent economic loss, the war taking place, Russian President Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin has challenged the whole world lately, which can shrivel to nothing. Serving his native country multiple times as president and prime minister, Putin's aim could be a punch above one's weight. He may have carried on with the failed motto of the UN to create a world government in his mind. His political life has witnessed success, and he became one of the world's most powerful and feared politicians to this day. Nobody is stepping up directly to combat Russia versus Ukraine. How will this play out? Before hitting the jackpot, Putin worked hard in Russian intelligence and local politics before becoming the country's leader. Inspired by novels and TV shows, young Putin inquired about how he could become one of the agents of the KGB. So in pursuit of his ambition, Putin spent 17 years as a mid-level agent working in foreign intelligence. But a sudden turn of events that occurred in Putin's life changed his perceptions and marked the beginning of him wanting to build a strong empire, Russia. December 5, 1989, a few weeks after the collapse of the Berlin Wall, the East Germany city of Dresden was swarmed by anti-communist mob who protested in front of the East German secret police, the Stasi. Out of them, a few people marched towards the local headquarters of the Soviet Secret Service, the KGB. To ensure the safety of the employees, Putin called the Soviet military for support. However, the Red Army was unwilling to extend help as they were under the command of Moscow, who remained silent. The phrase "Moscow is silent" left him out in the cloud and triggered his adrenaline to fight against this injustice. The business of Moscow is silent. I got the feeling that the country no longer existed, Putin later said, according to Judah's book. That it had disappeared. It was clear that the Union was ailing, and that it had a terminal disease without a cure, a paralysis of power. Currently, the war waged against Ukraine is the second biggest war in Europe since World War II, the greatest noise in reply to the silence of Moscow. Thousands of people dead, 13 million plus people displaced, and several cities in ruins. Paradoxically, the invasion of Ukraine by Russia is called a noble cause, in the words of Vladimir Putin. I wonder if it had any redeeming effect, like the resurrection and salvation propounded by Jesus Christ. Definitely not. Just because you are jealous of other countries and their economic prosperity and growth, you cannot just invade another country's private affairs and tamper with their decision to join NATO. Russia's illegal and illegitimate annexation of Crimea in March 2014 has put Russia in a tight corner as its allies ended all practical civilian and military cooperation in April 2014. The Soviet Union, formed due to the Russian Revolution in 1917, was a commotion of 15 countries of which Ukraine was its strong alliance. The Soviet Union's main nuclear power plants and armory were all located in Ukraine. Unfortunately, in 1991, as a consequence of the Cold War, the Soviet Union was trampled down, and each allied country received its independence, including Ukraine. However, Russia was not ready to part with its sister country, as it would cost an arm and a leg to develop new nuclear stations in Russia. This is just one of the several thousand reasons why Russia invaded Ukraine. Several other causes related to the Orthodox Epiphany that dated back to the 10th and 13th centuries, too, can be counted in. It is shocking to know that many Russians support the war, and photographs of Putin doing extraordinary feats like fishing shirtless, overpowering opponents in judo, or driving race cars are frequently circulating to boost the nationality spirit among civilians. The hero-like image created by Putin has emotionally captured the hearts of thousands of natives who yearn to gain back their lost glory. But what if the prediction of Baba Vanga turns out to be true? Would our world lose all its vibrance and reach its doom? We here don't think that will ever happen, but then again, our record isn't as good as Baba Vanga. Could it be that Russia will slowly take over the globe and that nobody will step up to them, spreading slowly with other dictatorship countries? Please let us know in the comments below what you think. If not now, do you think the world will be ruled by Russia in hundreds of years? Have you had any crazy predictions that ended up coming true? Are you the next Baba Vanga? That's it for today, folks. Our brains hurt after this one. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so that you guys can join us for the next one. Until then, do make sure to scroll through some of our other amazing content. Bye for now.